This is TechCrunch. Zap Energy took the wraps off its latest fusion device Tuesday at a research meeting in Long Beach, California, the latest in a string of devices the company has built in its quest to bring fusion power to market. The startup is in a race with several other startups that are all attempting to build fusion power plants capable of putting electricity on the grid in the early 2030s. Zap's Fuse 3 device has been firing pulses of plasma at the company's headquarters in Seattle, and the results of those experiments will ultimately inform the design of the company's future demonstration plants. The Fuse 3 device was able to compress a soup of charged particles to more than 232,000 psi and heat it to more than 21 million degrees Fahrenheit. The pressure data marks a record for the type of fusion Zap is pursuing, known as a sheared flow stabilized Z-pinch. Zap's reactor uses electrodes to send electricity through a plasma, which causes the plasma to generate a magnetic field. If the magnetic field is strong enough, it'll heat and compress the plasma to the point where particles in the plasma fuse. The figures are useful for Zap as it pursues its goal of commercial fusion power. Although it's worth noting they're not directly comparable with other fusion startups' results, since other companies are using different approaches. Achieving high-pressure plasmas is vital to any future fusion power plant. In order to generate more power than they consume, fusion reactions must deliver what's known as the triple product, a figure that describes the temperature, pressure, and duration of a plasma inside a fusion reactor. In other words, get a plasma hot enough and dense enough for long enough, and you'll be able to generate power. By Zap's own calculations, the company still has to increase the pressure of its plasma by at least tenfold before it hits scientific break-even, a milestone reached by only one other fusion experiment. The company said it is getting close to a key third milestone proposed by Bob Mumgard, co-founder and CEO of Commonwealth Fusion Systems, a Zap competitor. Zap was able to break the record for plasma pressure by tweaking its reactor design to add a third electrode. In previous designs, 2 electrodes were able to heat the plasma sufficiently, but the company couldn't hit the pressure numbers it wanted. The company wouldn't disclose details of the new design in response to TechCrunch's questions, but spokesperson Andy Freeborn said it allows the company to use 2 power banks, giving it more control over how the plasma changes inside the reactor. He said, "The plasma chamber itself doesn't look much different, but it's operated very differently since there are 2 pulses of input power rather than 1. Zap said it's working on a new generation of fuse devices, which it says will come online this winter." As part of Microsoft's Ignite conference, Stack Overflow on Tuesday revealed a new set of products that aims to position it as a valuable part of the enterprise AI stack. This new version of the company, built around the Stack Overflow internal enterprise product, looks to remake its classic problem-solving forum into a tool for translating human expertise into an AI-accessible format. At its simplest, Stack Overflow Internal is an enterprise version of the web form, but with the additional security and admin controls you'd expect. The new tools are specifically designed to feed into internal AI agents using the Model Context Protocol, with certain variations designed specifically for Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow is already seeing a number of enterprise customers use its API for training, which inspired the new product direction. The company also has content deals with a number of AI labs, allowing them to train models on public Stack Overflow data in exchange for a blanket fee. The company described the arrangements as very similar to the Reddit deals, which have brought in more than $200 million for that platform. A critical part of the new products is a layer of metadata that Stack Overflow exports alongside the question and answer pairs. That data includes basic information, like who answered the question and when, as well as content tags and more complex assessments of internal coherence. These factors are then used to create a general reliability score, which informs the AI agent how much each answer can be trusted. While Stack Overflow is producing tools for enterprise agents, it isn't building those agents itself, so it's difficult to say what the final product will be able to do. But Bailey is particularly excited about the writing function, which would allow agents to create their own Stack Overflow queries if they can't answer a question or notice a knowledge gap. That's it from TechCrunch. For more crunchy bite-sized articles like these, go to TechCrunch.com.